Alright, welcome back to another episode of Deep Within the Man Cave. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about having to be adaptable and being open to things that you can't control and how to adapt to certain situations. Now, I've had a couple things this week happen that I've had to sit down and adapt to and rework things. Of course, things aren't as what we want sometimes, and how to, if you look at it in certain ways, it's a lot easier to deal with, and stuff like that. So, first things first, you know, as a contractor myself, I plan my jobs for when my kids are in school and in between their hours, so that when I do have them, they have my full attention, and I can, be their dad. I'm not running off working and stuff like that. So last week there was an outbreak in my kids' school. So both my kids now have to do online schooling. So not only is that something I have to adapt to, but they have to adapt to it. And it's hard for them because they just got back to school and then they have to do online again. And online is hard. It's not as fun. It's not as personable. It's just way different than being in class, with your friends, hearing the things, doing the thing, it's better to be in class. And both my kids have had to adapt to it, and quickly, with no warning. One day they were in school and the next day they have to do online. So they couldn't even prepare for it. So they've had to adapt to it, which is hard because they're kids. They don't have the skills that us adults have, or can easily learn and stuff like that. So they get frustrated and they get angry. They don't understand fully why and all this stuff. We also had to take them for tests, and thankfully they were both negative, but that's another stress on their part, that now they're worried, right? They're worried about their friends. They're worried that, are they going to get it? Are we going to die? Because that's what we hear about, the deaths and stuff like that due to COVID in the news. And so that's what makes news. So that's what they report. So now that's what they hear, as much as we don't watch the news or per se, but that's, it's all over social media. So, now they're nervous. Now, on top of that, my job as a parent is to make sure I can protect my kids and give them the best support possible and guidance as possible. Now, on top of their stress, I, as their parent, as their father, along with their mother, of course, but when they're with me, they're my responsibility, and I need to make sure that they're okay and how they're dealing with, this sudden change that they weren't used to and all this stuff. But on top of that, I have to sort of rearrange my schedule and rearrange the way I have to do things for my company and stuff like that, because I need to stay home with them. I have to be there to support them. Luckily, they have grandparents that are easily available to help when I can't. And so it's frustrating. It just means next week's work load is going to be a lot busier, but that's okay. I will adapt to what I have to do. Right now, my job is to be here and to help my kids with their schooling and all that stuff and take care of them and make sure they're doing okay. So I've had to adapt to that. So that's something that was completely out of our control. That, you know, depending on how you looked at it, you could have been like, oh, this really pisses me off. This is so stupid. You know, they're supposed to be in school and I have work and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, my kids are the most important thing. And they will come first, and they will always come first. So, yes, luckily, the way you handle the situation is I was able to contact clients and explain the situation, and there's no kickback. There was nothing. Everyone understood. But I had to contact people. I had to call them and say, hey, look, this is what happened. You know, and you also have to be willing to deal with frustrations on other people's parts, because it's not in their control that this happened. So it's all on how you handle it and how you react. These out of control situations cannot be, can be a negative or it can be a positive, depending on how you choose to look at it. So I choose, hey, you know what? Sure, it's hard and I have to rearrange a bunch of stuff, but guess what? I get to hang out with my kids, and what's more important, we get to have fun during the day. We don't get to do that very often when they're in school. So, there's pros and cons, and you use to look at the pros, then the situation isn't that bad. Another thing that happened this week, which was out of my control, which adds a lot of stress to me, and I'm worried, but I understand what I have to do, is my dog thought he could fly and blew out his leg again. Different side this time. He's old, so there's also the who knows if he's going to make it out of surgery question. But he is like a kid to me. He is my third son. The quiet one, as I like to call him, or the furry one. But he didn't decide to, hey, I'm going to jump off the deck and blow out my leg and cause extreme vet bills. He didn't do that. I'm 99% sure that he didn't want to be in the condition that he's in. He can't walk. I have to carry him. I have to carry him outside. He's not supposed to put any weight on this thing. Then there's surgery, all this stuff. But he is family. He is my kid. They come first. So whatever has to happen has to happen. Is it something ideal? Absolutely not. But it's, things happen in life, and you just have to sort of roll with it. You have to adapt. So if you have like an open mindset and understand that some things you can't control, and you have to look at, like, sure, I could be really pissed off that this is going to cost me a lot of money to fix my dog, and vets are out there to rip you off and take advantage of you and all that stuff. Well, you know what? If I knew how to fix my dog's leg, no problem, then I would fix my dog's leg, no problem. That's why you go see vets. That's why you go see doctors and stuff like that. That's why you hire contractors when you can't do stuff, right? You don't know everything, and these things cost money. And in the long run, it has to get done. So, sure, it's going to cost a lot of money. Am I looking forward to this vet bill? Absolutely not. But I don't have a choice. Right? The choice is either that or my dog is in extreme pain for the rest of his life and can't walk. And that's not a life to have. So, sure, does it suck? Yeah, a little bit. But that's something that I can't control. So I just have to find the silver lining, if there is one of some sort, and continue working towards it. And these things sort of happen. You can look at it two ways. things always happen to you or things happen for you. And it's usually, if you look at they happen to me, that's negative mindset and all this stuff. If you look at they happen for me, it doesn't necessarily change the situation, and it can be a very painful situation or whatever, but it's an opportunity to adapt, to learn, and to reinvent a new situation, a new future, or whatever like that. Like I'm referring to a breakup or, a broken leg or something like that, right? Things you can't control that either happen to you or they happen for you. Now it's up to you to decide which. This happened for me. This week happened for me. It gave me a chance to rest. It gave me a chance to hang out with my boys more. It gave me a chance to get some of the stuff I need to do that I've been, postponing or putting off at home because I'm home. So it's given me time to sort of catch up on the little stuff that, that you have to do at home. It's given me a chance to think, relax, reevaluate, decide what I want to do, and that kind of stuff. So it happened for me, I'm not sure why the dog broke his leg. I haven't figured that one out yet, but there's a reason why. Maybe it was to empty my bank account. Who knows? Just kidding. But still, there is a reason why it happened. It didn't happen to me. It happened for me. And maybe that is just that I get to reconnect with my furry buddy. Get to hang out more with him. Who knows what it is. But something good will come out of all of this. You just have to believe that, and you have to have patience. And yeah, so that's sort of it for tonight. You just have to choose how you look at things. They either happen to you or for you. A more positive mindset is that they happen for you, even if it's a negative thing that happens, and it's painful, and stressful and all that stuff. There's a reason why it happened, and it usually happens that there's something bigger, there's something better, and there's something to be learned from this, if you choose to look at it like that. If you choose to look at it as it happened to me, that's an instant pity party, and you're feeling sorry for yourself, and it's not necessarily, it's a negative mindset. Shitty shit happens to everybody, and yeah, that's what it is. It happens. It's out of our control, and just different ways to look at stuff. And I've done both, and I choose things happen for me. And usually it's because whatever it is isn't working, or it's telling you to slow down or something like that, or reevaluate, whatever. So it's happened for me. What it is, it's up to me to find that out, what it is, and it's up to you to find out what it is, why it's happened. But there's two ways to look at it, positive or negative. And sometimes it's hard to see the positive, but you need to push forward unless you like where you are in your life. And I know a lot of people are struggling to, especially this year, to push forward and to better themselves. So ditch that negative mindset as hard as it can be. Start small, and push yourself to that positive mindset, because it's a way better life. That's it for tonight. If this has helped anybody, or something that you need to share with somebody, please share it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them on the YouTube channel, or you can email at me at deepwithinthemancave@gmail.com, and I will get back to you with that. And yeah, until next week, take care of each other and take care of yourself.